Well, let's start episode 282 of the Current Gen podcast. My name is Tim, here with Dan and Kyle. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back.
Hello.
Ooh, finger guns. Nice, nice. Always down for a pair of those. Hey,
I'm not.
guys,
I'm not
I was,
like a banana. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
Last time I
banana.
promised I would be a banana, but I'm not a
Now
banana.
next week you better have a banana
Yeah.
outfit on, or I'm gonna be mad.
For sure.
Alright.
For sure.
Let me go to Amazon right now.
So, of course, as we mentioned in our last couple episodes, that we had to record ahead of time because a couple of us were going to be traveling out of town, probably playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, which it turns out we were. So we'll talk about that game. So we're here to catch up on that and a number of other things that happened over the last really week and a half, 2 weeks ish, something in that range. So yeah, we'll go through all of that stuff and then wrap up with kind of stuff that we're playing. I just thought to kick it off properly, I have to tell you that my car rental place screwed the pooch big time. And I rented a large van for my large family. Not large in stature, they're all normal sized, but large in number. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Right.
so
Quantity.
I rented this thing 4 months ago and confirmed it 2 months
Seems
ago.
like
Confirmed
adequate
it
amount of
again.
time.
Confirmed it twice. And it's like, you're good to go. I even got text updates saying, just a reminder, your trip's coming up. Are you excited? Like, don't forget to
AI got involved
up
and
your
said,
van.
"You're good, Tim."
It was crazy. And so we arrive, and of course we get there, and the guy looks super confused. He looks at it, and I'm like, what could have happened between me making the reservation, talking with your brand via email and text multiple times, and on the phone once, and you looking at your computer? Like, what happened between there and here? And what happened was they don't have any of the vehicle that we rented. None of them. They don't have any of them. They just don't have them.
Sure.
I was like, okay.
Sure.
So the short version is we waited around for like 3 hours till they finally put together with the same price 2 like SUVs that we could use for our family. So we split into 2 groups, which gave us enough room for all of our suitcases and beach paraphernalia. Because when you travel to the beach, you carry a ridiculous amount of stuff in addition to your normal
True.
clothes.
Yeah.
And so,
Of course.
so anyway, we made it, but it was really annoying. I had to buy another parking pass at the place we were staying because we only had purchased 1 parking pass, assuming we were going to have 1 big vehicle to park.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Fu-
all
fun.
those super fun things. But it ended up the flights were fine. You know, we flew Frontier, which is like the metro bus of the air, and it still that all actually went pretty well. It was no problems. Not the most comfortable seats, but it was on
Yeah.
time. No major problems. It was fine. You know, so
Good.
yeah.
Good.
Overall, not too shabby. And my only sunburn that I walked
Frontier,
away
you would
with.
think would be the failing part of that story.
You would think.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, they're the ones that kill it, and then you
Right.
get the rental place, and they've sucked.
Frontier
so
would
it's
normally like, we've canceled your flight, but we've rented you this horse and buggy to take you across the country.
I came back on Frontier from my trip last year, and they took me for about $400 for my check-in suitcase. My plane ticket was $160. So
Yep.
and I sat there and argued with multiple people. So it costs more to send my luggage than it does me across the country. And they're like, yes, and they're saying it with a straight face too. And I'm like, oh man, this is why people don't like to fly or travel
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I will say this about, you know, sometimes it'd be nice to just have a computer interface, AI, whatever, to work with on some of those things. Sometimes it's nice to have a human. A few of our bags on the way back, you just kind of pack in the condo you're staying in a hurry, and it's not as well planned out. So some of the suitcases were over the weight limit, some are way under. And so as we were trying to figure that out, quickly open them, sitting there at the check-in counter, like opening and rearranging, she kind of just gave us this little like wave, like, just come on. And she just like put them all on, knowing that they all sort of evened out close enough.
Right.
And so that to me was where it was nice to have a human being just be like, it's fine, just throw them.
Well,
on
you had
there.
enough family members where you filled a whole plane too, so it's like we already
We
have
did.
their money. You know,
They were about to go out of
Right.
business, but we
Right,
kept
yeah,
them
yeah.
afloat.
We're just gonna wave this one by.
Yeah.
So.
But
Thank you for
but
keeping
overall,
the
it was
economy
good
afloat,
trip.
Tim and family.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Overall, it was a good trip though, and I got some good time in with the main game I want to kick it off with, and that is, let me turn off the sound here. That is Donkey Kong Bananza. Banana. So this is the review from Switch Up, that'll be playing in the background here. If you're curious who this is,
Good
I
guys
like
over
that
at
channel
that
by the
Switch
way.
Up.
But
Yeah, good guys over there.
yeah, a bunch of British dudes who just love playing Nintendo Switch
Couple of
games. You know?
lads.
That's right. Yeah. So I like the way they do their
Liked.
reviews, and they do some pretty good, not to the depth of Digital Foundry, but they do some pretty good like performance stuff on Switch
Yep.
games too.
They did a whole
which is
bunch
really good.
for the Switch 2. Like they're like,
Yeah.
we tried out like 100 games, and this is what we found out. It's like you guys didn't have to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
only 100, huh?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it was something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
That's
identified a few that I wouldn't have known got improved. So they identified a few that I was like, sweet, I'll give that one a try again.
Well, and they break down like every week whatever is on sale and like what's worth looking at.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we always complain about this every week with the dumb eShop that Nintendo won't fix. At least they sift through everything for us, and they can just let us know, hey, these are the good games. Get these. So someone's out there doing the work.
Yep, I agree. Well, what you can see here is Donkey Kong just having so much fun destroying everything. And I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this game too. I will tell you, it was a real fun game to play on the go. It plays great in handheld. I think the Switch 2 screen, you could make an argument that it could be better, and a 0.5 version, an OLED version in the future. Sure, that's true. That's not wrong. But I think the screen overall is very good. I think it looks pretty nice. I like the size of the screen. I think it's great. So I played it in handheld a lot this past week and really enjoyed it. I think the performance on it was surprisingly good. Maybe a couple little stutters when you've got literally thousands of things that you just destroyed falling into pieces and there's enemies coming at you. Like maybe, like I couldn't really identify, oh, it dropped by 20 frames or 30 frames.
Yeah.
I just could
I
tell
certainly didn't notice.
a little bit of a stutter, but otherwise, like it kept going super smooth, like really smooth gameplay and really fun. The controls at first took me a second, but now they're like so intuitive. I love the way they mapped the controls out for you. At first, I didn't like jump being A, but then it made sense when I realized the punch up, punch sideways, punch down mechanic on the other 3 buttons. So anyway, I really like the way that all of it's mapped out, the way that it feels, the way it controls. And as you can see here, all the colorful places that you can literally destroy. You can strip each level down to essentially its bare bones skeleton platforms. Like there's nothing left.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious that people are doing that. But anyway, curious what you guys think of it. How far did you get into it, and what are your thoughts on it so far?
You go ahead, Dan.
I'm trying to think how many boss fights I've done. I can't think because so the boss fights, there haven't been like every single one's different without being too specific. There's kind of like a sort of like a repeat thing, but not really. But I mean, I've probably played a good like 10 hours of it. But you know how I am with games. Like I run around and I explore things and I'm looking for all the collectibles and I'm doing all this stuff.
Except for an Elden Ring,
basically, right, exactly. You know, this is the real Elden Ring that everybody really actually wanted.
Okay. So you know what? I'm just mad about the car rental guy. I'm not mad at you. That wasn't about you. That was me and the car rental guy that didn't.
Listen, I would have gotten your van. I would have gotten you 17 vans, Tim.
Right? I know you would have. I know. I shouldn't have taken that out on you. That's my bad. You continue.
I would have got you a whole fleet of vans.
I have no doubt. And a yacht.
But yeah, the destructibility is pretty insane. So like in my head, the way I like look at this game, it's like, so like you see the DNA, like if you've played Odyssey enough, like you because it's the same team, you see the DNA there, but it's like elevated to specifically tailor to Donkey Kong, who obviously is a different kind of character than Mario. But then there's a little bit of that Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild of like, you know, he climbs basically everything. But then also the destructibility is kind of the same thing. It's like basically everything is also destructible, much like climbing everything is possible. So there's clearly a lot of inspiration there from like what they've done previously. Taking again that baseline Mario Odyssey DNA and just like adding all these other things that they've done, you know, like with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's I was watching the Kyle Bossman video of him talking about this, and like he called it like it's a weird game, but it's like amazing weird, like amazing quality and like super fun, but like it is kind of a weird game if that makes sense.
I agree with you.
Like it's just odd, right? Like it's odd, but it works. like the colors work together really well because there's just like yellows and purples, but everything just does mesh correctly and the game runs really
Yeah, although
well.
a
And it's just
designer
like
would be
there's
like, "This is a horrible brand guide. Like, how do you follow this color scheme?" Right? But like,
Yeah,
you're
right,
right. It
sure,
right.
works.
yeah, and just everything makes sense and it's very kinetic. He's just moving around and
Hmm.
just diving and so on. It just it just all works super well, and it's really fun. It's super
Yeah,
fun.
I like the layer mechanic, as you saw right here. You dive down these uh, kind of these sinkholes or whatever you want to call them that are sealed, and you as you go through each layer,
Mhm.
you eventually unlock it, and it will take you down either to a totally new sub layer, which is like in the hundreds, or kind of like a sub layer. I don't know what that would be called, but it's like the 301 that you just saw pop up there, where
Hmm.
it's a
Mhm.
deeper level of that existing layer you're on. And so most of them have multiple kind of smaller layers to explore and to find some stuff in.
Yeah, there's
So
like
I like that
sections,
aspect of
and
it too.
it's
Yeah, like sections.
it
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
divides it within the section sometimes. Like I actually
Yeah.
was in one of the sections where I went down. I forget if it was like in the 200s there or the 300s, but I went like down one, did something, and then it actually went back up to another spot on that upper
That's
section,
cool.
but like somewhere else. Cause like you couldn't get there because you had
Yep.
to go down first and then back up. So it was actually really cool because it's not just, you're not just constantly, climbing or diving down the chasms there. You're actually then sometimes, I guess, going back up, which is cool. So.
Yep. Yep. What about you, Kyle? What's your thoughts on it so far?
Yeah, I'm a few hours in, and I think that the best thing that this game could have done, because there's only so many ways you can like have a character like jump around like a 3D space, like in a level based design or whatever, and somehow they made it feel nothing like Mario Odyssey. Like a lot of
Mm.
the tenets are there, a lot of the lessons that they've learned are there, and everything like that. But like Donkey Kong inherently just feels different than Mario. Obviously, he looks different and stuff like that. So I just them figuring out a way to differentiate those two characters and not just make this feel kind of like Donkey Kong painted over Mario Odyssey, I think is really
Mm-hmm.
commendable. It feels
Mm.
like its own game,
Yep.
while also just again like taking a lot of things they've learned from a lot of different franchises over the years and just putting those into a new kind of like um, you know package here. So I really
Yep.
like that. I think that part's pretty great. I also think
Yeah.
that like when you're digging around and punching your around like the environment, that would have been really easy to make feel not good. Like you're
Yeah.
lost, you don't know where you see. But like the camera knows just when to like make things see through, and it's like everything about it is
Yeah.
perfect. Like it just like it knows exactly how to make yourself feel oriented orientated the right way without like you needing to be like, wait, where do I need to press on my joystick, or what do I need to press up or down on? But it just, I don't know, it just feels good whenever you're digging through stuff or punching your way through like depths of mountains and terrain and stuff like that. And again, that could have felt bad in almost any other game, you know.
Yeah. It can get pretty
So
claustrophobic, but you never feel like you can't bust your way out of a space. Even if you get yourself into a
yeah,
self-made cave, you're like, I'm just
right,
gonna bust
exactly.
right out of here.
Again, like for the camera to know what to do, like whenever you're making a very small entry into a solid, item or whatever. I could just see any other game like that camera going wacky or like not,
That's right.
or creating blind spots where you can't even see your
Yep.
character or anything like that. And like I never don't know where my character is. I always know
Yeah.
exactly where he is on the screen. So
Yeah.
yeah, hats off for that stuff. That stuff is super cool.
Some of
There,
that reminds me a little bit of when you're digging around in No Man's Sky with your equipment and you're just
oh
digging
yeah,
straight
Mm.
down into the
Sure.
earth,
yeah,
Yeah.
building these little
Yeah.
caves with the terrain, whatever it's called, manipulator.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit as you're digging through. Like, oh, if there's something down here, I'm just gonna dig a tunnel straight that
Straight
direction until I
down.
find
Yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah.
you
Well,
fall straight
it's
to the
I
earth.
would imagine
Mm.
making this game like unless you are an expert at making games, which they obviously are, would be a friggin' nightmare because
Yeah,
like again
Yeah.
with the
I agree.
destructibility element, it's just like okay, like you have to be like you have to be in the mindset of like how are we going to construct this in a
What
way
are the
where it's
rules?
clearly like we yeah,
Yeah,
what are the rules and where do we want the players to go? Like there are going to be
Hmm.
signs of like, oh, that wall's clearly I should punch through that wall and so on and so forth. And they do it. Like they accomplish that. But it's cool that you do still have the ability to like, okay, so like they want me to punch through that wall, but like if I came at it actually from this side by mistake, well, whoops, I just stumbled into the banana and I bypassed like the puzzle to get that banana. You know,
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
that's possible, but like that's not fun either. Really, if that's what you're trying to do, like you can, it's up to
Yeah.
you, but it's not fun, right? You go through the game and do all the like the things that they want you to do because that's like the fun part. But exploring too is also fun. But
Yeah.
like yeah, you can just accidentally kind of go in that direction, but they do such an excellent job at guiding you to those things the way that they're like, well, yeah, you're going to do this puzzle thing and do this thing and that, and that's part of the fun of exploring everything. So I would imagine that's just
Yeah.
crazy hard to do.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine what it was like to dev on this game. Yeah, I agree that it must have been kind of a nightmare before like all the
Right.
rules got put into place. Before all that stuff got ironed out. I'm sure that was just like probably a lot of long nights trying to figure some of this stuff out. Because we don't really
Yeah.
do destructibility on this level in games anymore that are not like voxel based games like Minecraft and stuff like that, or No Man's Sky, kind of
Yeah.
you mentioned previously. Like we're really removed from the days of like PS2's Black and like Xbox 360, like what is that game called, Red Faction Armageddon. Like we at some
Oh,
point
sure.
graphics got too good where it's just like, I guess, making destructibility with the fidelity of graphics that they are, it just became kind of
It's like
hard.
Battlefield is like one of the only ones
Kind
that's
of,
high
but they
fidelity
abandoned. They
and
kind of
yeah.
abandoned it too. Like Levolution was like
Hmm.
4 games ago. Like they kind of
Levolution.
there's some stuff that they've added that like, oh, you could blow this wall out or whatever, but like, yeah, I just feel like games have kind
Yeah.
of like pulled away from destructibility, weirdly enough. Weirdly, this game kind of feels like a throwback in a way, where it's just like, guys, we used to do this. Like, used to be fun, and this is a whole nother level. Again, I've never seen a game with this much destructibility, even though it's not everything. And I think the game does a really good job of telegraphing like what you can and cannot punch through, and what the exceptions to
Yeah.
those rules are as well. Again, I think the visual nature of the game communicating to you of how to play it is really impressive to me. It's just a really well designed game, and it's just like easy just to say that like Nintendo kind of, they house some of these like the best devs in the biz who can figure this stuff out, and
Yeah.
and still work on dated hardware and still figure it out. Like, I don't know, they're just like
Yeah,
it's got to be the best.
I agree. Now, did either one of you guys play DK64? Did you spend any time with that one?
Yeah, yeah,
No.
it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare video game.
Yeah, I brought it
I've
up
always
just for a little
heard not great things
comparison.
about it, so
People have like these really I don't want to speak for everybody, but my perception of it is people have these like really rose tinted glasses about this game. So like, oh, I used to listen to the
hmm.
rap on the menu, and I like Donkey Kong. I grew up playing Donkey Kong Country, and then people like against their will played and enjoyed this game. But like, I obviously say that facetiously. People probably genuinely enjoy it, but this was not one of the good, early 3D
This
like
was no
mascot games.
DKC, right? It
I
was no
did
Yeah.
like how you could
DKC.
choose different characters here. As you saw here,
Yeah.
you can kind of jump in, and so that part was cool. But the collectibles were just done in a kind of a non-intuitive way, in a frustrating
Yeah.
way. And the collectibles that are happening in the new one, of course, I think are just so much smarter. I
Yeah.
also don't. There's so much that you can collect. At first, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm leaving so much gold behind. I'm freaking out. Like I can't get everything. Then I realized you're not really supposed to. You're not really supposed to like stop and get every little piece of gold that's sticking out of every wall. You're gonna drive
Sure.
yourself
Yeah.
Well,
crazy.
you could also do the clap thing to kind of grab everything
Yeah,
towards you
but
too.
that
So
almost always
Yeah.
uncovers another one or two in the wall behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, right. You get the
sure,
sonar effect.
sure.
You're like, I see that light blue. I see it. I gotta
yeah.
grab it. Yeah, but yeah, there
Or like
is an
this.
interest. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they do a really good job of like, again, I think all that stuff is there for all the different ways you can go about destroying the level. So they're like, hey, no matter
Yeah,
which way you go, there's gold for you. So
tons of gold. Yeah,
yeah, I
there's
do
so
like that you
much.
can just decide, hey, I'm done collecting gold in the area, and we'll
Yeah,
kind of move on.
I did that. My one of my sons was watching me play, and he saw me like I broke a bunch of stuff. There's gold everywhere. I did like the clap to try to collect as much as I could, and I moved on. He's like, "You left gold on the ground." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And like I
Yeah.
realized like that
Yeah, you
probably
see,
seems so wasteful, you know?
your son is me because I'm like, no, I got like, dude, I literally in the beginning of the game, the
I'm
very
clapping so much,
beginning,
clap and slapping so much.
yeah, I was clapping, but there's also that like, I don't know if you remember, there's that spot in the very beginning when you're leaving that cave system, and then like there's
Yes.
finally the opening, and there's all that gold there. I got most of that because I was like, well, I have to get all this gold.
This right here,
I
this
have
little
to.
cave walkway that you can go up. There's so much
Yeah,
gold up this little cave
yeah,
path.
and I got most of it. I got most of it
Did you
because
really?
I'm just crazy. I'm an
I won't-
insane person.
I
Yes.
won't do this.
I was like, I need this gold. I need this gold. I don't know what I'm going to
Right.
use it for, but I need it. Like, I have
I
to have it.
definitely need it. Well, I really do like the mechanics that are there in the game with, like, you saw the explosive block that you picked up and you can throw
Mhm.
that. Of course, that could do more damage to enemies. It can break certain things that you can't break normally. It just adds another layer of destructibility, which is fun. I also like the surfing mechanic, a little bit of
Yeah.
Zelda or Link
Yeah.
on his shield from Legend of
Very
Zelda.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty fun too. There's actually whole sections where that just makes it way easier to go through that, certain sections
And
on
and there's
something really sturdy.
upgradables. There's
And
upgrade. You
lots of
can upgrade your
skills to
stuff. So
upgrade.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so you can do the sliding, for example, like longer. Like there's a skill for
Uh-huh.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually really cool too, because there's clearly like a whole because there's something that Donkey Kong obtains without being specific. That then it's like, oh, well, then I'm upgrading that stuff too. And if you've seen any
Right.
of the trailers, you've seen that there's other things as well that down the line. So obviously those will have
Mhm.
upgradable stuff too. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. And by the way, those have made the boss battles that I fought. I think I've done 3, I think.
yeah,
Those
so easy.
these additional things you get, those fights become trivial once you have that power up. And if you upgrade it once or twice,
Yeah.
so it lasts longer or recharges quicker or whatever, it's like, dude, it's ridiculous.
I will say my only I'm gonna convey it more as a nitpick than like an actual like I would minus points for this because the game's just so damn fun. But the boss
Yeah.
fights are way too easy. So
Way
far,
easy.
anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Too easy. Way too easy.
Yeah.
But maybe further along that does get a little more challenging. I don't know.
I think the
Right.
real
Yeah.
challenge in this game is in those optional challenge rooms. Those get
Which I
tough.
like
Think like
those.
Sure.
Astrobot,
Yeah.
right? Although the Astrobot
Yeah,
bosses
yeah.
were somewhat tough. At least a
They
couple of
were.
them
Some
were.
of them were. Yeah.
Yeah. But the challenge rooms, I've run into a few that I was like, I'm not getting that third banana. Like, I'm never going to get
Same. Yeah.
less than 20 seconds on this timer. So I'm
I
not
get
going to
okay with
bother.
failure really quickly in games like this, where I'm just like, you know what, I tried, and that
Yeah.
we're
You
good.
know,
I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
I think I've
Yeah.
I think I've noticed with me specifically, like I mean RPGs is my favorite genre, but I think I'm like if I was to say like what am I the best at genre wise, I think platformers. Like I'm
Oh, yeah?
just so like I'm not gonna let this platformer beat me that I just keep over and over until I get the thing that I want. Because
Yeah.
I haven't skipped a banana in any of the challenges.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten all the bananas in each floor that I've been on so far, except for the very last one because I haven't fully explored that one yet. But I'm just
The
so
only one I've skipped
OCD
so
about. I think
far,
just my
it's one where
OCD.
you have to surf and you have to go across like the
Yeah.
thorns
Yep.
and you have to get it under a certain time to get that last banana.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I think I tried like 3 times and I was still like 5 seconds short running what I thought was virtually a perfect run. And I was like, I don't have time to figure out the mechanics I'm missing on what I was supposed to skip or what. Like, I'm just gonna. So that one I left.
Yeah. It took me a
But
few attempts. But
yeah,
there are shortcuts like because it winds like this, but then like on the
yes,
turn,
yeah,
there's like a path that's like you gotta
a little
jump, so you
skinny
gotta just yeah. So
with the
obviously,
little
yeah, it's
banana
obviously
gems or
more
whatever they're
difficult because
called.
it's yes.
Yeah, speaking of the collectibles, so you've got bananas, of course. Those are kind of your moons if you played Odyssey, right? Those are your moons that you're
Yep.
collecting, essentially. And then you've got your gold, as you saw. Gold is everywhere, and it's just a nice like. It's going to be all over the place. You'll always have plenty of it. It's fun because it just showers everywhere when you bust things, and it's fun to collect it. So I kind of like having a currency like that. That's kind of easy to obtain. Everything, like anything that costs gold, is going to cost a lot because there's so much of it. So I like that. And
Mhm.
then they have these Banandium gems, which is a hilarious. It sounds like something that James Cameron would put in his Avatar movie. Banandium. And
Unobtainium.
unobtainium. Yeah. Banandium, like, God, let's be honest. Banandium, a better name than unobtainium. I think we
I
can
think it
all
is.
agree on
Sure.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's a bad name, and it's still better than unobtainium. But anyway, so you collect those, and all of them you can trade in for different things, whether it's the outfits, or you can trade them for more
Yeah.
bananas, or for items like balloons that will help you if you fall off the edge of a level, or these little power up drinks if you run out of hearts. They're kind of like an extra life, basically, and you can upgrade those too in a little skill tree. You can hold more of those. But Have you guys played around much with the outfits? You can change his fur color, change his trunks,
Yeah,
and
Oh yeah.
also Pauline's little outfit. They all have little, not all, a lot of them have little stat bonuses too, which is nice.
I
Yeah.
like to match
Yeah.
them. I like them wearing the same
Me too.
thing. It's cute.
Yeah.
Same
And some
colors.
of the
Same color
areas have
scheme.
one that's
Colors.
like designed for that area. It's like, well, I want to be canyon style for the canyon.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to fit in with
Yeah.
the locals. Like
Exactly.
Speaking of Pauline, I like how that like because at first you're kind of like, oh, what's the like actually right there you see on his shoulder, um, and then story happens and you're like, oh,
What's
okay,
the
so
deal with
Pauline's
this
the day.
rock?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
What's the deal with this singing rock? And then the whole moment with Pauline happens, which is actually
Yeah.
really cute. And I think the voice actor does a
Yeah.
good job. And I don't know if that voice actor is also doing the singing. But when you do the like whole beating his chest and the thing happens, like I like the
yeah.
music that like kicks in with that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is like really catchy. And
I
like,
like a
Yeah, me
good
too.
"show me where to go" button. That's for sure. So,
mm,
thank you for making the sing button incorporated with that because that's pretty nice.
yeah,
Yeah. All thanks to 2020's Game of the Year, Ghost of Tsushima, for giving us that little wind carrying the
Thank
direction
you,
there
of
you go.
where to
wind.
go.
Uh,
There you go.
Yeah.
This is basically
Yeah.
just Ghost of Tsushima, is what you're saying.
That's what it's. Yeah. Yeah. Monkey of
just like
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima is the same exact game as Ghost of Tsushima, so we should not buy it.
See?
Right.
Boycott it.
Yeah.
Boycott it.
That's really what this episode's all about. That's the message today,
Yeah,
guys.
we're here to tell you to boycott what's probably going to be one of the best games of the year. Come on by.
Yeah. That's the message today.
Sit with us by the fire.
It's one of those things too where, Dan, as you mentioned that, platformers might be one of your strongest. I don't know if it's one of my strongest, but I do find that uh, I get really obsessed with these kind of games. Not necessarily to like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to find everything. I want to explore everything. I don't necessarily need the highest score
Yeah.
or to get all the things. I want to get a lot of the things. I think I'm usually pretty happy at like an 80% in most areas. I'm like, all right, that's good enough. I don't want to break my brain trying to get these last few, but yeah, I
Yeah.
get really into these games, and it's like all I could think about. I played a couple other games, as we'll talk about, but this was the one that kept pulling me back in. I probably also have about 10-ish hours, and I've only done 3 of the boss fights. I'm mostly just, and I haven't gone back to revisit any of these areas. I'm assuming everything.
Okay.
I know the enemies respawn. I'm assuming the land and everything respawns when you go back. Is my assumption. Like any of the
Probably.
land that you've destroyed, I think it's all back
I don't
when you go
remember.
back in there. But I know the enemies do. They actually respawn if you walk away for like a minute. You come back, they're all there again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
But
Well,
but
since we're all
yeah,
grading our platform prowess, I'm so
yeah.
bad at platform everything that whenever I'm playing a co-op game with friends and they know how bad at platform I am, they'll go, "Oh, geez, Kyle's never gonna make this jump." So that's kind of my like life around platforming is that I'm
Sure.
not great at them. I do my best with them, and everybody knows I suck at them to the point where there's commentary about my suckage with stuff like this. But again, I feel
By
like
the way,
this
we
is
missed the chance. Sorry, Kyle. We missed that when you said I'm so bad at platforming. That was our chance to be like, how bad
how
are you?
bad
Like,
are you?
yeah,
Yeah.
we missed that, and I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
But this game has been
This
I've had almost no like because again like you fall down you climb back up because you can climb on everything
Right.
like, there's an intuitive
And just
nature
buy
to
a
the
ton
game.
of balloons. They're pretty cheap, and then
Yeah,
let
I've
it
needed
Yeah.
them. Trust me. There's a lot of me falling off of things and going, "Thank God I got this balloon."
yeah.
But yeah. Again, this game makes me feel like I'm okay at platformers, which is like I've never said that in my life ever. So
I think it's got enough of precision too that I feel like I don't ever feel like oh, this stupid game is, we use the words like floaty or
yeah,
Sure.
or slippery or whatever. To me, it's got that right balance of there's
Yeah.
enough floatiness
Yeah.
there. I don't want it to be physically like super physics based realistic. That would not be fun, but not for a game like this at least. But I also don't want it to be so floaty and so, I don't know, like some games aren't even fun to play and I can't put my finger on it. It usually has
Well,
to do with how it feels to run and jump. You know what I mean?
I
It's just
mean, just
feel.
play any side scroller Mario game and then play any other side scrolling platforming game ever in
Dude,
history, and
that's a good point.
that's the difference. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
they there is secret sauce going on over at
I
Nintendo
know.
where they've
Which
just
is
figured it out.
That's why Astrobot was such a kind of out of nowhere, like, whoa,
I
this
agree.
is
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
greatest
Who is
non-Mario
knocking at the
platforming
door right now?
experiences.
Yeah, like it is. It was very jarring for a lot of people. Where it's just
Yeah.
like nobody's gotten this close before.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But I think it's safe to say, overall, I see why it's getting all the high scores. It's got a super high score for me personally already. If I were to have to score it, I of course would give it super high marks. You saw there in the Switch Up review, they were kind of giving it ratings based on visuals, gameplay, sound, all that kind of stuff, and they of course gave it a really high score as well. Totally deserving. Like, it's absolutely a fantastic game, a really fun summer game too. It just reminds me of firing up the
Yeah.
N64.
Yeah.
But so did Mario Odyssey. Like, both these games have given me a great feeling of both nostalgia, but also tons of fresh new stuff that I've never experienced in a game too. So I like the combo. A lot of nostalgia, a lot of the music. Even when you take a little nap, it gets the little sleeping music from
Dude.
DKC.
I
Yeah.
like that you're collecting also like songs that you can like choose to play on
Yeah.
the record player and stuff like that. I just like that stuff.
Have you guys hit the certain challenge room? Speaking of that, you mentioning a classic song.
A little
Okay.
nostalgia
I don't know
kick.
if Kyle has.
I don't know. Who knows?
Okay. I had a big dumb kid smile on my face. I was like,
too,
oh
man.
my god.
Yeah.
I
I wanted
believe
more
this.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe there is. Maybe there.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, some of the minecart stuff is fun too. Like, you do, like, of course it's 3D minecarting, but then you get the explosive rocks that you pick up like ammo, and you can just start chucking them
I like that a lot.
to, like, yeah, that's super fun.
But there's
Super fun.
lasers
Which is
also
very
that
Donkey
you're
Kong
jumping
Country.
over, you know, like there's some
lasers.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, when like compared to a game like Donkey Kong Country, this game is breezy, you know, in general.
Yeah.
Whereas Donkey
Right.
Kong Country, even as a kid and now, I'm like, do I suck at games? Like, why is this so hard?
Dude,
or
there's some
Freeze,
tough.
notoriously hot, notoriously
Yeah.
tough video game. This
Yeah.
is definitely, but like, I don't know, it doesn't take anything away from like, I like.
I agree
playing
with
this
you.
game. I don't know.
They
different
clearly
things
have picked
why
enough
any of us are doing it.
from like country that's like fun to stuff. Because even like, for example, the balloons that you guys keep mentioning, like those balloons were the one ups in Donkey Kong
right.
Country. The red balloon was
Yeah.
1, and then green I think was 2 or 3, and then there's a blue balloon which I think was 5. But like,
It usually
they
had the big
literally
number
just,
on
like,
it, so people like me would
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
It'd be like times
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. And like, just, you know, there's obviously cameos and stuff. Like I've seen in the trailer a couple of them that I haven't bumped into yet. But then there's
I
also
found one in the first area, sitting by the
Yeah.
rhino
Yeah.
friend. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep.
saw him.
Yep. Ramby. Yep. So that's fun because it's like, oh yeah, Ramby,
Uh-huh.
that's cute. Never actually seen him in
That
like
dialogue
a full
with
3D
him,
game,
by
you
the
know?
way, is so funny. The dialogue with
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
with him is hilarious.
You can choose to listen
And
to
then
his
you
rant or
can
not.
even talk to him again. He's like, "What? You want to hear me say something else?" Like, he's just yeah,
It's like,
he's truly grumpy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cranky, you might even say. But
Might
yeah,
even.
A little bit.
yeah, you might. Yeah, I'm having an absolute blast with it. It's just pure gaming joy, and it's a great launch window game for the Switch too. Like, to me,
Yeah.
Yes.
they've already had a couple of really solid ones. You got an excellent new entry to Mario Kart. I played that a little more too. It's fantastic. I still think I prefer a couple of the previous entries if I had to pick one. Like, if I were to rank them, which I have not done. But that
Mhm.
doesn't. I mean, it's amazing. It's excellent.
Well, and
Like,
we
I'm
could
sure
feel
it's the same for
different
people
in
who.
2 years. We could be looking at this game as like this, like
Yeah.
fully rich content game because who knows
Yep.
what they're gonna, you know.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
I agree.
but
Yeah, that
so yeah,
game's very
they've got two absolute system sellers in my opinion, like worth buying the system for type games. If you like, mascot platformers, if you like these kind of games, if you like the Odyssey, if you like the Astrobot, this game is on par in my opinion with those in terms of production quality for sure. I guess whether or not you like it more depends on what kind of gameplay do you like and which characters do you like more. Like, Mario
Yeah.
Odyssey is going to be probably impossible for anything to beat for me forever, but who knows? That's just because I prefer his moveset, the character Mario over Donkey Kong. That's all it is. It's not like Donkey Kong is a bad game by any
Yeah.
stretch. I don't need
Yeah.
him. He can't throw a hat and do backflips in the same way. It's just different. By the way, the rolling jumps and the way you can extend your jumps is great. Reminds me also of Donkey Kong
Yeah.
Country when you need to
Yeah.
get
Yep.
across
Yep.
long distances. I like that too.
Yep.
But yeah,
Which Mario
loving
could
this
do in
game.
Odyssey also. He could
using his
roll and
hat.
extend his yeah, or using the hat too to like bounce off of, yeah.
Oh yeah, he could have rolled, couldn't he?
But he could roll too, yeah. Yeah.
Man, I can't. That's been 8 years
Oh.
since Mario Odyssey came out. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's a long time ago actually.
It's a long time ago.
Just crazy.
What is happening? Is
Crazy.
time moving? This is weird. I don't like it.
Something's happening.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, so that is, of course, in my opinion, like the number one top game of the summer that I was looking forward to, and it has delivered. That was the one I was most anticipating as soon as it was announced. But I was a little bit like, "Ooh, I hope it's good," because Donkey Kong 64, I have fond memories of it, I think. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, "Do I actually like that game? I don't know. I think I'm just
I
nostalgic
came to
for it."
terms like 2 years ago. I was just like, it's just the rap. It's the rap. That's what I like about it.
It's
Like
just the rap.
all
Yeah,
these years, it was fueled off of the rap alone. So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, they've put together something pretty incredible here. So you'll hear more about it too as we continue playing. I don't know how long this game is, but
I think
based on
20
the little
hours if you're
like
just going through it is what how long
20
the game
hours. Oh,
says.
that's a lot.
If you're just it is, yeah, especially if you're playing dance style and leveling the whole world
50,
before. It's
60
gonna be
hours
80
for Dan.
80
Yeah.
80 100 hours for Dan.
80, 100.
80 100, a real
180
number.
hours.
That's how you would say that number. A real
80,
That's
number.
how
100
everyone.
hours.
That's a normal way to say numbers.
That's a
That's a normal way
normal
to
way
do
to
that.
say that number,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure is. Yep,
That's how
adding
numbers work.
syllables where they're not needed.
Yep.
I know numbers. I know the best numbers.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, there's another game that was out that I wanted to talk to you guys about because I think we might have mentioned it as it was getting closer to release, but I actually did buy it and play it a bit. It was a nice counterbalance to running around, destroying entire levels and smashing things and capturing bananas and eating them and all that kind of stuff. So doing all that was super fun, but this was a great way to balance it out. This stealth game called Eriksholm: The Stolen Dream. Here, let me pull this up here.
This one
So
looked
this is
cool. I remember seeing this one.
yeah. This is the review from Gaming Byte. This video we're watching here, and this is as you can see, an isometric stealth game, and it has some not really action elements. It's more about the timing with the stealth as opposed to
Hmm.
action. Although you do sometimes need to run or move quickly, so I guess there's some action in that realm. But it's super cinematic, as you can see here. There's a lot of cutscenes. The characters are very well animated. Like the motion capture and performances are really excellent. And that's coming off of a game like Clair Obscur, where it's going to be hard to beat that for any game, regardless of studio size. And this studio, not huge, it does have a lot of former EA devs who worked on anything from Battlefield and Battlefront to some of their racing games at EA. An interesting combination of former EA devs, I think, are the ones who worked on this one. But some really good capture. Like the faces look pretty good when they're talking, and the dialogue's good. The idea is that you're in this kind of fictional, what looks like maybe 1800s England type area, but you don't really know where you are. It could even be like New York City, an alternate version. So it's hard to say, but everyone has British accents. So it's got a little bit of a magical feel to it. And just in terms of the setting, it feels almost like something a town you'd read about like in a book or something. But the idea is that you're this girl, Hannah, and you and your brother are kind of orphans, I think. I haven't really learned what happened to the parents yet. They've mentioned them. Pretty sure they're dead. Most stories have kids with no parents. That's how it goes. Disney and others.
No.
But
Well, Batman works.
but anyway, yeah. So at the beginning, your brother leaves. He doesn't come back. He's clearly helping take care of you because Hannah has a sickness. There's this heart plague or I forget what they call it, something like that, where sometimes it kills you, but sometimes it doesn't. It can just make you really sick. So she's suffering from this illness that a lot of people have had. But then the police knock on her door. They're looking for her brother. They're mad at both of them and they demand for her to go with them. She tricks them and escapes. And now she's on the run trying to find her brother. Doesn't know why they're looking for him. Did he steal something? Did he do something? Did he see something? We don't know. So we're trying to figure that out. And so she goes through, she's got a series of friends and others kind of like along the rooftops and down in the sewers that she's, clearly her and her brother have, whether it's messengers or thieves or whatever, people that they've, known and worked alongside of. And so you got to make your way through. There's a lot of lighting elements. You can see when she's glowing yellow, like in that shot right there, you're kind of hidden because you're in the shadow. So there's some things you can do when you're hidden, or if you're behind an object, they can't see you. You can always see pretty much the cone of where they can see. You do get a slingshot, almost plague of. Wait, I'm blanking on it.
Plague's
Plague's
Tale.
Tale.
Yeah, almost
The
Plague Tale
game's been
style.
very Plague's Tale coded, as you've been describing
Yeah,
it.
it's got elements of that for sure. Way less violent, at least so
Okay.
far. Maybe violence
Yeah.
kicks in later. I don't know. It does not that it's not serious. It does have a serious vibe, but Plague's Tale had this horror violence element to it throughout that
Yeah.
was also super intriguing. By the way, I loved that part of that game. This is a little more lighthearted than that. It doesn't seem like they're trying to kill you. They're trying to capture you. Like they're not shooting at you or anything like
Mhm.
that. They're just trying to capture you. As soon as you're spotted, then it resets to your last checkpoint. So there's no like, if it's not like Hitman where if you're spotted, you just start running and gunning and then you're just going to shoot your way out of the level. Like
Have you watched me
you're
play
done.
Hitman?
I have. Yeah. I've enjoyed your streams. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so so I've liked the way that they've implemented the stealth here. I think it's smart. Of course, you can create noise. You can turn on machines to mask your noise if you have to walk over this metal grate that's going to be unavoidably loud. All kinds of clever little gameplay elements they've introduced into it. So I really like it. If you like stealth games, I think it's worth a look. I think the story is good. I don't know. It could end up being like much ado about nothing and kind of a stinker. You never know with stories like this, but
Yeah.
it's an intriguing premise at least.
Cool.
So
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
stealth games are tricky to make because it's like again, striking that balance is really difficult. Either it's too
Yeah.
easy or it's too difficult. You know.
yeah,
So,
very very true. Yeah, very true. Well, there's another one out that's way different from those last two games we talked about. I don't know if either of you are playing it. I kind of had it on my maybe play list, especially since it's on Game Pass, but I have not yet fired it up, and that is Wu Chang: The Fallen Feathers,
Mm.
which is out now. By the way, it has pretty solid, I would say, good reviews. We would call mid 70s
Hmm.
average good, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
maybe even
Yeah.
close to great, depending on the reviewer that you agree with the most. But I will say that the Steam reviews are awful.
Yeah.
It's like
I've seen.
30%
oh,
or something. Yeah.
ooh.
I
So
imagine it's
apparently it
just
was,
optimization or something.
yeah, apparently it launched in rough shape, then it got
Yeah.
patched into worse shape from what I've
Oh
heard.
wow. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's
So,
that master race going?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Right.
So, but anyway, have you either one of you played this? Are you planning on playing this one?
The second I heard it was Souls, like I was out. But I'm always cheering on these like Chinese games.
Mm.
Because they're pretty good. This one sounds like it's getting good enough reviews on the consoles and stuff like that. I don't know if it's hitting as big as like Black Myth Wukong or whatever, but
Uh,
like this is
Yeah.
cool. Like right, like I like that a whole new part of the world is like coming out of the gate
Yeah.
screaming with a bunch of content and a bunch of games and a bunch of styles that that we haven't gotten to see yet.
yep.
So I think this game
Agreed.
looks cool, and I think the bad guys and bosses look super cool. There's a lot of cool looking stuff in this game. So
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Aesthetically, Wukong was more up my alley.
Mhm.
But like this definitely has some cool designs and like you said, yeah, character designs and bosses.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah, I think it looks
I haven't
cool.
dabbled.
I think people who like Souls likes are enjoying it. I'm not saying anyone's saying this is the best since or anything like that, but it is very good. I think it's not quite up to par to where most reviewers were saying the first Berserker Kazan was at in terms of being a Souls-like experience. If you really like the challenging
okay,
Souls-like,
it's a good
the
comparison.
non-FromSoft Souls-likes, that one I think is closer to Lies of P. Maybe not quite
Yeah, I
that
was
level.
gonna
That
say
one's
Lies of P
closer
is
to
pretty
that.
Yeah,
popular.
it's a really hard like genre to like make noise in. Like,
It
you know what I
is.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
only Lies of P and like Black Myth One and like maybe a couple other games have gotten like those like high marks in terms of being
Yeah.
like this is a can't miss, not from soft Souls game.
Right.
Whereas a
Yeah.
lot of games hit in the middle range, or
Yeah.
this is good, and this maybe sounds like where this one's at, where it's like, yeah, it's,
You're right.
play it.
Mortal Shell and
Yeah,
what was that
Mortal
other
Shell.
Lords of the Fallen? Those kind of
Code
seem to fall
Vein,
in
Code Vein, which we'll
Code
get in a
Vein.
second.
Yeah, they seem to fall in that same. It seems like, hey, if this is a setting you like and an aesthetic you like,
Yeah,
it's definitely playable and good. Like but it's not going to be universally like, holy crap, you have to play it like
yeah.
others in the genre have been. But Yeah, I'm with you. I think it looks intriguing. I just not at all in a place where I feel like playing this kind of game. If I play a Souls-like, I want to go back to First Berserker Kazan. Like if I get that itch for something challenging and want to
Sure.
get back into deep, really particular and precise game mechanics, I'll play that. I'll go
Well, that
back to
game
playing
looks
Kazan.
so
And
cool too. Uh,
yeah,
Berserker Kazan. Like it's got to be one of the
yeah,
coolest
Yeah.
games that come out all year.
yeah. I do compare it to Lies of P in a lot of ways. I think I'm not saying it's as good. I think that one is probably a notch above overall, but the stunning visuals and really solid, unique gameplay. It kind of carves its own little niche within the Souls-like experience. Both of
Mm.
those games do that, which I think that's really cool. So, all right, let's pivot again because I like pivoting into just all these random
Pivot.
genres of games that came out to something totally different. Mario Party. Hey, let me get the whole title
Back
here.
to Nintendo.
Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV. Did I get it?
Mhm.
Is
Sure.
that the whole
Yeah, I
thing?
think you
Okay.
nailed it.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is the review from Nintendo Life. I like that. I like those guys. Their website. I use that a
Yeah,
lot for
me too.
news and updates as well. But I have not played this at all yet. I have not purchased it yet. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun when I do. I think my kids are gonna really dig it. I'm a little particular about my controllers. My younger kids, especially, are just brutal with the controller. So I'm like, all right, should I
Yeah.
just get some cheap Switch Joy Cons or something? And I don't know. So I got to figure that out because I don't want them breaking my only two Switch 2
This is
controllers
definitely
that
like
I've got.
stick drift like the game too. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
give your controller stick drift just playing this
Yeah.
game.
Right. Right.
This Mario
Exactly. But
Party is
Kyle,
pretty fun though.
oh,
Yeah.
you both played it?
Did you play it
Not
originally
the
when it
extra
came out?
content. Yeah. Like we have
So
we've played it. It's
So
pretty fun.
I didn't, so I can't really speak on to like what's new at all. I know that when you load into TV, like you can do Jamboree stuff without needing to go through
Hmm.
like the Jamboree like menu or whatever. But I don't know what kind of like content they added, so I can't really speak on like what's been added. But I will echo with
Right.
Danson. This is a very good I'm sorry, a Mario Party game. Like it's I think the boards are awesome. The mini
Yeah.
games are great.
Yep. Yep.
I have ruined every single one of my friendships already thanks to this game. We went and got all of us cameras, not the dumb Nintendo ones, but just like regular like webcams or whatever, and like been using those. Because you can't plug in because you can't plug in like a headset into your controller because using like the nunchuck or half one side of the Wii remote or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Switch controller.
Joy-Cons?
The Joy-Con, thank
Yeah.
you. Uh you just have to kind of use the mic from the console, and just to kind of praise that for a second because we haven't really talked about this. That mic is excellent, and it cuts out all
Is
the
it?
noise in the entire room and only picks up your voice. And I'm telling you, it's not like bleeding in and out while it's trying to differentiate your voice from the sound. It just knows
Hmm.
not to pick up the sound. And
Hmm.
to say it even more high praises of it, it's sitting on top of my 3.5 foot tall tower speaker. My Switch is right on top of it, so it should be picking up sound all day because it's
Yeah.
right like.
Hmm.
But it doesn't. It cuts through the sound. It only picks up my voice and it translates that voice right into the game. And
Wow.
everybody on the other side, on the receiving end, has said nothing but good things because they're playing the same way
Dude.
on their end, where I'm hearing them perfectly through my speakers. So now I'm playing these like crazy Switch games with no headset or anything, and I got a dumb little camera in front of me. We're all making faces
Huh.
at each other. We're all saying horrible things to each other while we're playing this
Sure.
game.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
really bringing out the
As you
demons out of
do.
everybody. I don't like who I am when I play Mario Party. I'm like cocky
Nobody
and
actually does.
I'm
Yeah.
like really rude and mean. Like my buddy
Yeah.
like slighted me in the smallest amount, and I just picked on him for like the rest of the game to the point where it's like other people have more stars than money, but if I got the opportunity, I would always just steal his only star. Like, dude, y'all
Sure.
have like five. Why are you stealing mine? Like, take somebody else's. I'm like,
So
no.
basically, Kyle is the computer in the game.
Yeah,
Like the computer always
yeah.
like picks a
I
specific
learned
person. I'm
from
gonna
the
pick
best,
on that
man.
person.
I've learned from the best. um, yeah. And all my friends in kind are just paying me back with just viciousness and just horrible attitude. I love it. I love making face at each other. Like we're doing a lot of Italian stuff. Just we're just making gestures at each other and flipping each other off and just mad at each other.
Sure.
And I don't know. I'm not a big webcam guy. I didn't like being on camera while streaming. I don't. I have to put it out of my mind when we're doing podcasting and stuff like that. And you would think I was born to be on camera while playing this game. I'm like cheesing into this camera so much. I'm making faces like when I get a star and like the camera zooms in
So
on
like
me.
these
And,
guys
like,
down here, like they just have webcams on while they're playing. If you
yeah,
want to,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's optional,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks just like that, and like there's a lot of flourishes. So it's like, yeah, this guy's got a crown on his head, and it sits
Uh-huh.
directly kind of on your head, and like it'll zoom in whenever you get a star, and like you'll be kind of at the forefront of the thing. Oh, I didn't even realize this that it picks up one camera picks up multiple people. That's super cool.
I was gonna say, like,
Um,
if I sit in my living room with three of my kids, we play 4-player. We can just use one webcam. I can bring my webcam
yeah,
out there and just plug it in, and
it'll pick all of y'all up. Yeah.
that's kind of cool. I
It's
like
cool,
that.
and like trust me, I thought it was gonna be gimmicky and kind of dumb or whatever, and it is. It's all of those things, but like I got sucked in so immediately to like having that extra layer. It just felt like we were all in the room together, like So now I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like 4 40-year-old dudes like acting like preteens while we're playing this
Just
game,
talking
and
mad shit to one another.
it's been the best. Oh man,
Ruining friendships.
I have to like go and like take a breath after I'm done playing, but like that's not who you are. You have to like recalibrate to regular Kyle now.
Like look
We're
in the
in real
mirror,
life
point
now.
at you at
Yeah,
yourself. Like
don't you can't act like that outside of Mario Party. And I love it. It's so fun. It's so
You're
toxic.
making me want
We're
to get
playing.
it. It does sound fun.
It's a good time, yeah. Like it's
yeah, it's a good one.
most webcams are work. Like the webcam I use for this computer, I think it was a little too powerful. I don't think it likes a lot of 4K cameras, but like any 1080p webcam you have, probably compatible with your Switch. So a lot of people have one of those hiding in a desk somewhere. So
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it, and
Or
I
you
knew
could
I
buy
was
the
gonna.
Nintendo camera.
Or you could
Could
buy
do
the
that.
Nintendo camera, yeah, and it looks like a Piranha plan, and it's $40 more than it should be. So,
Right.
you be the judge.
Now
And
that's
the
the Nintendo
cameras,
tax right there.
that's the Nintendo tax, it for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm looking at this, and like I haven't even seen half of these games. We played like 10 hours over this weekend, and like it's giving us like the same 10 games over and over
Look
again.
at
And I
that one.
haven't,
That one looked cool.
I haven't seen half of those games that like were just on
Yeah,
this
good
trailer
mini
though.
games. I like the mall level. The mall level is really
I
cool.
love
It
the
just looks
mall
cool.
level is mine, and I like the racetrack level a lot. Those are my two favorite.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they
Um,
include a lot of like mouse controls? Like if you use an old Switch controller, does it just become point and click then, I guess, for
so you
those?
can like whenever it's like it'll tell you which like controller style you're using, and if you don't have enough controllers around, where everyone doesn't have the ability to do the mouse portion of it, you can just turn that off, and it'll just give you mini games that aren't like mouse or, like
Right.
hey,
Because some
everyone
of
doesn't
those
have
that
a.
we just saw were mouse ones. I wonder if that's why you didn't see them. Maybe, unless
Maybe
like if
we've been
someone
playing
didn't
with
have
the
mouse
mouse,
control.
so we've all
Oh,
been
have you?
playing with
Oh,
just
okay,
one
okay.
one Joy-Con. Yeah, I haven't seen this one either. Like I haven't seen half of these games. It's crazy. Dude, we've been playing. I like to the point where it's like the same game keeps popping out. I'm like, what? Are there 5 games in this? Like, what? Even though I know like the mini game list is like insanely large. I'm really enjoying it. These games are always fun though, but like I think there were a couple of like Mario Party hiccups. Remind me, Dan. Do you remember like maybe like the last couple weren't received as good as this
I
one?
Hmm.
I found most of them are fun, but some of them they did. There was one that was like where everybody was like in a cart together and you moved at the same time. Like it was kind of weird. Like I remember
Yeah,
that one.
I
And
remember there
then there
just
was
being a
this
yeah.
was it Super Mario Party? I think was the one before this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that one had some classic levels, which was kind of cool.
I
But
think that one had
I
a
don't know. I
lot of
guess
like classic maps and classic maps and stuff like that. But
yeah.
yeah, this is
So that one was like a
this
bit
seems
more
like the first
nostalgic.
like yeah, this seems like the first like well reviewed. Because I remember this one reviewing well, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Yeah.
people are not reviewing this update well, just because like I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know if there's a lot of new stuff. I think it's just kind of like in 4K running at 60 frames and like
Yeah.
instead of the way it was packaged up before, it's now packaged up like a game show. And maybe there's a couple of extra outside of board game mini games. I'm not exactly sure. Like there's one where you're on a roller coaster and you're fighting Bowser or something like that. I don't really know. I haven't really tried any of those modes. Oh, I think you're muted again.
Is Bowser
Oh,
TV the game show?
Yeah, and it's not Bowser TV. Toad's the one that's hosting. So
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what the Bowser TV thing is then. I
I
know
don't
that was a
either.
big
Yeah, maybe I
part of it.
haven't tried it yet, but like we've just been doing like when you start like the TV portion of it, it just kind of like launches its own kind of client, if you will, if that makes sense.
Here's a
And
classic
like
that will ruin
yeah,
friendships too.
yep, screamed at someone a long time about this one.
I remember
Really,
these from like the N64 ones too. Like this one's been around for a while.
Yeah, usually it was
yeah,
like what the snowball. You were like on a big snowball run
Uh-huh.
and trying to
Yeah,
deal with
that's
each
yeah.
right.
other.
Dude,
See, you
what a
can see each
matchup
other.
here
You
at
can
the
make
end.
faces at each other, and yeah, this is one for the ages here. um,
Yeah, you're right. I think the reviews on it are coming in not too much higher than what we just talked about with Wu Chang. I think it's like a 78, 79 average,
mhm.
something like that, which is, to me, that's very good for a game that's part of a long running series. It really hasn't changed its formula a ton. It just is adding more features,
Yeah,
games, things you can do. So, to me, that's always impressive when you can maintain,
and
generally speaking, decent reviews. I think some of the ones in the middle, like maybe the Wii or the DS, something around there did get some less than stellar reaction from
yeah,
people. But I think generally speaking, like Dan was saying, it's a board game with a bunch of mini games
right.
and it generally delivers, but maybe there's some versions of it that are lesser for whatever reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is fun, and it's all new to me because I didn't play it when it came out. So, I got just the Switch 2 update. So, maybe that's helping me enjoy it a little more than some of these reviews are. But it's fun. Yeah, not game of the year fun, but fun. you know?
That's a very important distinction.
yeah.
Not game of the year fun, but fun. All right. Well, there's a couple other games out, and I always like doing this where we go through a couple of other new games from the last week or two that maybe flew under the radar for some folks. Some of these didn't fly under the radar. I just don't think they're Dan, Kyle, and Tim games, but I could be wrong. You guys interrupt me and tell me if you're playing one of these, and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'm just giving a quick rundown of some recently released games for all of us who like a good chore in a game. Who needs chores in life when you can do chores in games? This one is called Saloon Simulator.
Sure.
Kyle's in already. Kyle's super in already. So looks like you're even cleaning up from crimes.
Saddle me up, man. I'm in.
Yeah, dude, you're putting bodies in the caskets. Looks like you're doing fights also. Stealing. I don't know what's happening. All I know is you're simulating running a
Look at
saloon
all
in the
these
old
mini
west.
games.
Look at all the
I
menus.
mean,
That's right.
when you need more money, you just
yep.
open up a
I'll be
saloon.
talking like Arthur Morgan the entire time while playing this. Oh, the man wants a whiskey.
I'm afraid. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I've got
So
tuberculosis. I'm pretty sure he says that at some point.
Saloon Simulator is out in early access now. I think he says I have tuberculosis multiple times. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that becomes his catchphrase. You know how like Sheldon
Yeah.
says like bazinga, like that. Arthur comes on, and he's like, "I've got
Bazinga.
tuberculosis," and then the audience claps. Like it's.
And then Mike is beside him, like, it's called Black Lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another pause for audience. Applaud.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's in early access though. That's
It's in early access. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Saloon Simulator out now on Steam. We also have this game called Fretless Wrath of Rifson.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this one?
This is the guitar RPG, right?
I swear we talked about this one last episode, but I could be wrong.
We might have. I know it's getting great reviews though, so it's worth bringing up again.
Or it might have been like
amazing.
coming out. It might have been a game that you mentioned that was coming out. It wasn't out.
Yeah,
yet.
we were talking about all the games about to come out.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I do like a good like goofy music game with like an interesting silly story, like that one from a couple years ago where you're the music guy going up into space creating the most epic rock song or whatever. That one was crazy. I always forget the name of it though.
I forget that too, but that game was great. What is that game called? Yeah.
Is it The Great Escape? It's something like The Great Escape.
I
can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah. But it's a good one. It's a really good one. So this kind of reminds me of that. It just has more of a pixelated style, and it is out now, so you can go check that one out.
Is that only on PC?
For now, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got Neon Abyss 2 is out in early access. If you've tried the first one, super stylish as you can see. Lots of flashing lights, a lot of migraine-inducing cuts there. Holy cow. But hey, cyberpunk motorcycling, pixelated side-scrolling graphics. I'm in.
It even looks like
But this
he's
is one
wearing
that
David's jacket. It's yellow, and it looks
it
like the
absolutely is
jacket from
David's
Cyberpunk.
jacket.
Yeah,
Pour one out for David.
yeah.
Um,
Why? What
so
happened
yeah,
to him?
this looks crazy and kind of cool. I don't know if it's any good. It's a roguelike though, which isn't everybody's bag, but tons to upgrade, lots of different weapons. Neon Abyss, I think, was a relatively well received game. I think people liked it that tried it. So this sequel looks like it's improving on it in a lot of different ways. So you can check that one out. If you're in more
Oh,
of
the
a
Artful Escape. That's what it was.
the
The
Artful Escape, thank
Artful
you.
Escape. Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
I'll forget it again next time you reference it. So keep
Yeah.
that handy.
I will too.
Uh, The Drifter is a new take on the point and click genre. They call it more of a thriller, almost like fast paced point and click, which I don't totally understand. I feel like you have to try it to see what they mean. But it has overwhelmingly positive reviews. It's one of the best
Oh,
reviewed games of the year by players and critics.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I'm really intrigued by this one. I don't know a ton about it. I know that you're this homeless guy basically who wakes up dead and then you have to figure out what happened. So I don't know if it's like multiple lives, Groundhog Day style. I don't
Okay.
know. I just know that's the premise. And you of course looks like you're caught up in some kind of crazy scheme. But
I
parts
like
of it remind me of like
the
old Sierra
pixelated
games
look.
a little bit. Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
It kind of reminds me of like Out of This World or something like that.
I can see
Which
that totally.
less of a point
Yep.
and click and more kind of like a side scrolly,
Yep.
puzzly game. But yeah, how
But
interesting.
I'm intrigued by this one, especially because I don't play a lot of point and click adventures. But I'm intrigued by this one. Plus, when something is this much universal acclaim from players and reviewers, it's like, what's the deal with this
Yeah,
game?
right. What is the deal? What's the
What's
deal
the
What
with this
deal?
game?
what's the deal? What's the deal with Wheel World? This is on Game Pass if you want to play this bicycling adventure game. Has kind of that cell shaded graphics look to it. I do think the art style is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go give it a try if you want. I think there's a demo also on Steam if you don't have Game Pass, but
What's the
I'm
deal
curious
with
how it
this
feels to
skull?
actually play. What's the deal with this? So, I mean, if it's fun to actually control, maybe it's worth giving it a look. But the concept's cool. I think there's different races, and you got to deliver stuff, and yeah, all those kind of good things. Wheel World is out now. So is this cozy little game called Let Them Trade, where you are building up a couple different villages and then setting up little trade routes between them. Some of the criticism for it is that it's a little too simple and too cozy, and that actually made me go, "Ooh, do I want this? Like, I kind of want simple and cozy sometimes. Like, don't
Yeah, not too
overwhelm me with
complicated.
complexity." Yeah, yeah. So Let Them Trade looks super adorable. It's a little hex-based town city builder, and then you set up trade routes between them with your cute little horse and buggies. Everything looks like little woodcraft tabletop.
Yeah.
And you can see there's like a table, cat, radio, stuff in the background. Like, so it's meant to be like on a table.
It's almost
you know?
like a pop up book kind
Like a
of
pop-up
look
book.
to it.
Yeah, or like if
Yeah.
you were playing Settlers of Catan with your friends, but you could actually see everything or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it kind of has a
Yeah.
cool look to it. So Let Them Trade. You can check that one out on Steam now too. All right, there's this game called Back to the Dawn. It's pretty gritty and violent, as you can see there with the opening sequence. I think it's a prison drama with these animal characters. Everything's super dark and gritty.
Oh, Gaston, here you go, buddy. It's for you.
Yeah, this one's for you,
Serious.
guys.
Yeah.
For you, Gaston.
This one's for you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like the art style of it. I actually do think it's
I do
really
too.
cool. Yeah, I like the perspective. I like the idea of being in prison. Maybe it's, you were falsely accused, or maybe you're a mole. I actually don't know the full story. I purposefully didn't read a lot about it because I was like, I might try this because it looks pretty intriguing. But this art style does look cool. The animation's pretty neat.
Looks like it's getting some high praise.
High praise. Indeed. Really high praise. And I think it's either on Game Pass or coming to Game Pass soon.
Oh, cool.
Can't remember if it's
Okay.
there yet or not. So you can give that one a look there. But yeah, Back to the Dawn. Really cool, like action. Like at first it was like, oh, it's just a isometric kind of pixelated game, but then the camera really does some interesting things, tilting and swaying and cutting to a different angle like that right there. Yeah, really interesting stuff.
I like
going.
when pixel games do that.
Yeah, adds a modern edge to it. So it's been in early access for a while. It's been beloved on Steam, I guess, and other platforms for a long time.
Cool.
But now that it's fully released, you can get it on Game Pass or buy it on Steam. All right, this one I just thought I'd highlight because I know we like some platforming games around here. This one's called Advent Neon, another game with neon in the title.
2 Neon games?
2 neon games. Yeah, this kind of looks like a little bit Sonic meets Mega Man, but Melee. It's got a little bit of everything. Pretty fast and frenetic.
Yeah.
Very arcade style. So
very fast, very flashy.
Very flashy.
Very 90s inspired, like character design too for the mascot.
Yes.
Like, for the main
Yeah.
character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, looks like a character that would be made for a product, like for a commercial series. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like this would be the guy for Surge. This is Surgy.
This is Surge Boy, Surgy. Yeah.
Little Surge.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's Russian. This is Sergey. So anyway, this one is out now. You can check that one out if you want a real fast-paced arcade style platformer. Advent Neon.
Cool.
All right. Monument Valley, which I've always thought was a really cool looking game with some neat music and atmospheric sounds and visuals and some clever puzzles with these perspective type puzzles. I didn't play the second one much. I think I might have tried it. But anyway, I know I played the first one and really enjoyed it. Third one is out now. Monument Valley 3 has launched. I feel like at one point it was a Netflix exclusive or was going to be, or it was something where it was stuck.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Stuck on a platform that was going to have trouble getting out to a lot of people. So anyway, now it's out on everything.
The platform was going to do so well. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah, someone doubled down on that, just like they did with Ouya. Or what was the what was it? Was it Google one? What was the Google one?
I don't know, but you're taking me back with Ouya.
Luna. Was it Luna?
I don't know.
That was Amazon.
I don't even remember a Luna. Y'all are like describing
Amazon. We're making it up as we go. It was the Google Googly Goo, whatever it was called.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't there a rapper that had his own console too?
I think you're right.
It was like a rapper that tried to create his own.
He got sued or something like that too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't.
There's a lot of embarrassing stories in the gaming industry, but hey, this one looks really cool. I might buy this actually this week and try it. It's called Hell Clock, and the reviews on it are amazing. It's got this kind of Hades look. Apparently, it's taken straight out of, I think it's Brazilian. I think it's a South American country. I think it's Brazilian folklore and history. And so I don't know everything about it. It's an action RPG. Some people compare it to the way Hades looks and feels in some ways. There's some kind of time element to it. I just don't know. Brazil, there you go. So it's got a historical element to it, of course, with plenty of like fantasy. So some historical fantasy fiction going on, which is really cool. But I think it looks really fun. It's got a very creative setting that you don't
exile like, and I've never heard that term before.
I haven't heard that either. Yeah.
Like Path of Exile, maybe? That looks like
maybe
a tree that would be in Path of Exile, the never ending.
Yeah, maybe it's more Diablo-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah, it could be. But I think it looks really cool.
It looks super cool.
It's a creative one. And the reviews on it are fantastic. Again, both from players and from reviewers. So Hell Clock out now. I think it's on everything. I thought I saw a little thing with it. Let's see if it says it here. I know it's definitely on Steam. I have to go. Someone else might have to go look that up. It's definitely on Steam though, so you can go check it out if you have a PC or a Steam Deck. All right, Killing Floor 3. I'm not saying it's not a major release. I just don't think any of us play these games, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are playing Killing Floor.
No, I don't even know what these games are, to be honest. We're on third.
I think I tried one of them because they were a PS Plus game, but it wasn't
co-op
bad.
Games? Like, is it like a Left 4 Dead type of game?
I think so.
Let's find out.
I don't know if it was like Left 4 Dead, but it was definitely like I remember playing with a couple of buddies.
All right, so it says this intense first-person shooter puts you in the boots of a Nightfall specialist, joining up with up to 5 teammates to battle waves of Zeds, earn dosh, unlock skills, and build the ultimate arsenal. Sounds like a co-op action first-person shooter.
Stage-based, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Left 4 Dead might be the perfect comparison to what this is.
I like those types of games. No, I've never played this one for whatever reason.
Yeah, it does look cool. Like this little trailer here from Tripwire, it does look. I don't know. It looks well
Bloody.
done, but yeah,
Yeah.
looks very bloody. But anyway, Killing Floor 3 is out now. I think on everything because they said there's going to be cross play. So it's out on everything but Switch. So there you go.
Hell Clock looks like it's only on Steam right now. So.
Just Steam. Okay.
Steam only.
Should come to Switch. I would get that on Switch too, right
Same.
away.
Everything
Still
should be on
vulnerable.
Switch.
Still
Everything
vulnerable,
should come
guys, on the Switch
on
too.
over to Switch. I told myself if they re-release Mass Effect like today on Switch, I would buy it again.
Yeah, dude, totally.
There would be so many games I would quadruple dip on if like they would just come to Switch. And I'm not proud, you know, but I'm being truthful.
If they put Valheim on the
Just
Switch
being
too,
honest.
I'm buying it again.
I'm in. I'm
buying
buying that. Yeah, I'm
Well,
buying that.
I mean, now you're talking about on the go, bringing Valheim with you on the go. I mean, come on.
Come on. Yeah,
on.
I'm with you.
Come
Well,
on.
guys, I wanted to save the best for last on new games out this week, just because this one also is part of the cultural zeitgeist and almost certainly was completely created by all non-humans. We'll see what you think.
Sure.
This is Gorilla versus 100 Men.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
So I'm sure you guys saw that whole thing, that whole discussion, this past month about who would win.
Over Donkey Kong.
I've been hearing this,
right.
what if forever. I feel like maybe not forever, but
yeah,
it just for some reason it hit like extra popularity in the last couple of weeks or whatever. I know it's died down again now, but
always like, I don't know. This seems like a game that would be a big hit on like for a streamer. He's like, oh, I'm
could be.
The meme, you know, like
it's pretty much Donkey Kong. Do you see that? You can change his fur color and everything.
It's the same game, guys.
It's the same game.
Thing.
It's the same game.
Wow.
Gorilla versus 100 Men. There is no way that wasn't made by AI.
I was gonna say probably made by AI as well, for sure.
Almost completely, like
for sure.
Wow, I tell you
what a world we live in.
What a world indeed. Yeah. So there you go. Gorilla versus 100 Men. That's all I know of that came out in the last couple weeks. That at least that was notable or funny or whatever. So for me, it's been all about Donkey Kong and Eriksholm, which I'm really enjoying both of those. I think Mario Party is going to be a purchase here in the next day or two. It's just going to be too fun with all the kids. Kids still have a few more weeks left of summertime. It'd be good to get a few rounds of that in.
So that's a good school starts. That's a good time for sure for some couch.
It's a good way to put them in their place. You know, you gotta just show them who's boss.
I don't know.
Who's
that game has
Mario
a
Party.
way of putting you in your place. You know, like you think you're doing so well, and then that game just start like
the rubber banding.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's really something.
All right. Well, why don't we touch on a couple of headlines? I have not been able to keep up with it as much, so I'm curious if you, Kyle, especially, but maybe you as well, Dan. What are some of the things that jump out to you from the last couple of weeks in the news front and the headlines front?
Just looking at.
By the way, this is gaming news, okay, folks? We're not jumping into world news and political news. Go get that on your other board.
Sorry.
Important stuff. Yeah.
The big thing for me is that of all the stuff, because we're not going to get to all this crap, but Battlefield 6 finally got shown off, and it's like heavily rumored this game's coming out in October. Like we're going to get the multiplayer show off later this week, this Friday. And I bet you will get a release date. And the word is it's coming out this October, which is nuts to me. That'd be right.
That is.
It's also nuts that it's like we want to go face to face with Call of Duty. That's nuts to me as well.
Again, because it went so well last time.
Yeah, they always want to.
Last time. Well, and then last time they went up directly against Halo Infinite. So they got pounded by Halo Infinite and Call of Duty that year. But yeah, this is a big deal game just because EA pulled every dev on this. Like no Need for Speed game was being made right now because they pulled Criterion into making this game. Like everybody who wasn't working on a project ended up working on this Battlefield 6. And just judging from the trailer, first off, major campaign is back. So a major, huge cinematic, story-based campaign is going to be back. And then in that campaign, if you just take at face value what they showed in the trailer, whether it was cinematics or not, it does look like Levolution is back.
Hey.
Yeah, we're back, baby. I
We're
don't know.
back.
I think there'll be more to say. I think maybe next podcast, because we'll get a bigger look at it. But like that one snuck in. Like Battlefield 6 kind of felt like maybe it was another year or two off. Yeah, to be honest. So
Yeah.
the fact that it might just be right around the corner is kind of nuts to me.
Well, that's probably why they
Uh,
wrangled everybody in to do it, right? They're like, let's get this
Yeah,
out.
yeah, right. And they were talking about how much money or how many copies it would need to sell to like be profitable, and I was like, it's not going to make that. I'll tell you that. But I'm really pulling for it.
Oh boy.
I'm a Battlefield guy over a Call of Duty guy. I know I'm in the minority on that one, just globally, not present
Yeah,
company,
yeah,
but like I just like Battlefield's a little more my tempo. So I'm really hoping
yeah.
it's good. I don't know if it will be. I like the last one, didn't love it, didn't hate it the way that everybody else did. But it seems like classes are back and not characters. A lot of people had qualms with that, Again, it
Hmm.
just felt a little game servicey last time. And EA with their dumb loot boxes, I'm just, we need
They
to
love
figure
them.
out a new.
They love those
We need to figure out
boxes.
a we need to figure out a new way to interact with people. Speaking of loot boxes and microtransactions, did you hear this news story that Ubisoft said that microtransactions make video games better? Did you see
Sure.
this
Yeah.
headline? Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I saw the headline. I didn't even read the story. I was like, okay,
You
guys,
don't need
sure.
to.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's a very face value. He's just like they just make games funner, and I'm like, I don't. That's subjective, I guess. Also,
No, you
everybody
know what
hates
makes
you.
games fun? Was games back in the day that you would just unlock those things in the game, you know? Like
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
somebody on Blue Sky make a post of like, "Hey, remember when like big head mode and like GoldenEye was just like a thing you unlocked, but like
yeah.
nowadays you'd have to pay for it?" Like it's like,
Right.
come on. Like
Yeah, I agree. I don't mind it. I
ridiculous.
don't. I don't get out on a high horse about microtransactions often because they're usually elective. You can just choose not to play them. But like every once in a while, it is good to check in and go, no, that's stupid, and we don't have to do it, even though it's optional.
Yeah.
Whatever. Figure out a different way to siphon money out of us, please. Just to kind of rattle off a few other things. Borderlands 4 has gone gold, so if you were excited for that to
Oh,
come out at
okay.
the end of August, it's coming. You're gonna get it. There's no pushbacks or anything like that. So that's gonna be good. Dan, I bet you. I don't know if you heard about this one, but Expedition 33 Dev, they toured a bunch of game studios, including Kojima Studio, which
I did hear that. Yeah.
which was super cool. The bigger one is they went over to Square as well, and there was
Oh,
a trade of ideas, if you will.
oh,
They were bouncing ideas off each other and stuff like that.
oh.
So who knows what that means, But it is cool to see, this little team get like kind of paraded around all these like major studios and all these like major figureheads, like I mean, getting an audience with Kojima and having Kojima being like, bring those crazy kids over here. Pretty cool. I had a pretty surreal time for those guys, it sounds like.
You know what I would actually
Um,
love for Square or like any company to kind of be like, hey, you know what? This franchise that we have, like we know that you guys do good stuff. Why don't you just do
yeah.
like a little spin-off thing, just something random? If they did that with this Expedition 33 team, if they're like, just do a Final Fantasy spin-off or
Yeah,
something, that'd
right.
be sick. That'd be
Give them
sick.
that treatment where what were those games called? Like Lost Sphere and those like Tokyo
Oh, yeah,
RPG
the
house
Tokyo
games.
RPG Factory. RPG
Yeah, RPG
Factory.
Factory. Yeah, yeah. Like get the like
Yeah.
give them a little money and let them go make a game or something like that. That'd be cool. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, this is a little more for Tim and I. We're big Fire Emblem fans, but it sounds like YouTube Doctory81 recently uncovered a LinkedIn profile for a veteran 3D character modeler who mentions working on a sequel to Nintendo's titular
Oh,
SRPG series, and everyone just assumes that it's Fire Emblem. I doubt it's gonna be Armored Core or not Armored Core.
sure.
What's the other one? The Army
Um,
one. Why am I blanking on this? The other one,
yeah, I don't know.
not Fire Emblem.
I like that one too.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, I'm like totally blanking
God
on the
damn
name
it.
right now.
Why am I forgetting?
I'm gonna power
Huh.
through it while you think about it. But yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be Fire Emblem, and that might get announced at the rumored Nintendo Direct that's happening still in July. Is what
Oh
everyone's
yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
But there still should still be. So that's this week. Sometime after this recording, we're gonna get some kind of surprise Direct, or we won't because these are just leaks, guys. Doesn't always mean anything. But this leaker is like like he's really good at data mining and he's usually right and yada
Hmm.
yada. So it's one of those
Okay.
situations. I got to pepper in a bad news, Dan, every once in a while. Supermassive hit with layoffs, and their new game,
Shocker.
Directive 8020, is delayed. So,
Shocker.
yeah, everyone's getting
It's
the
getting
old
old, Kyle.
firing. Which
Getting
also kind of
old.
feeds into, it sounds like Fable's going to slip into 2027. Guys, I hope y'all don't love Playground Games as a developer because they're absolutely probably going to get let go. Like, I just don't see, after Microsoft doing all the things that they're doing, like, how is this studio going to not have another game out for another 2 years and, like, stay profitable? I just don't see it happening. We're about to get no more Forzas, not just Forza Motorsport, but Playground Games is also known for
It's like one of
Horizon.
their
So
tentpole like series too.
yeah, well, no one ever thought in a million years that they would have gotten rid of the motorsport team ever. Like, so that would be like the Sony firing the Gran Turismo dev. Like it's
Sure.
like it's unthinkable. Like you wouldn't think about it happening, but that's kind of
What
where
are
we're
they
at
what are
right
they
now.
doing over there?
I
I
don't know
don't
what Microsoft's
understand.
doing anymore. Yeah, and there's
Like,
plenty of
what are they
people who
doing?
are just in the dark about this stuff. I really don't understand that. Speaking of Microsoft and being dumb, they can't figure out how to stick to their guns, and they rolled back the $80 thing, which is good news, I think,
They sure
for
did.
the end user, which is us, the
It
consumer.
is.
But
It is.
yeah, like I the hot and cold nature of these decisions, like it really, like, Nintendo stayed firm and they're just like, it is what it is. We think this is it's worth it. With Microsoft, it feels weird because now they're like, well, we thought our game was worth $80. You didn't. And now we're unsure that the game's worth that. So here we're just going to put it up for this. Whereas like Nintendo, they just stayed strong. I'm not applauding Nintendo for,
Yeah,
making
yeah.
us pay more for games, but like they were confident in their decision and Microsoft backed off real quickly, which again is a win for us, but like
I
it just
I think it was a little
they're
bit of the dev team too, because I
I
think
think so
they were
too.
like
Yeah.
seeing like everybody pushing back on that, and the dev
Yeah.
team was like, "Listen, if you don't roll this back to 70, like we're not going to sell as much of this game, and it's going to be
Right.
your fault."
And this is
Like,
a game that's going to be on all consoles, so we would have been eating that
yeah,
price on the PlayStation end. And also, this was a rollback for all $80 games in Microsoft's like library. So this wasn't just an Outer Worlds 2 decision. This was Microsoft
right,
going, okay, we're not selling any games for $80 this year. But the thing is that they will at some point, and we'll just have to cross this bridge again. And like, will they be confident then in this decision?
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know,
It, it
man.
just it doesn't it doesn't it just kind of continues this trend of Microsoft being I don't know, seeming like they don't really know what they're doing right now.
I mean, that's
But
poses and the conversations that we've had about like what's going on in the industry and people being laid off. It's like they
yeah,
think they think that just increasing these games $10 every time is gonna on the back end somehow fix the problem, and it's like, or the
yeah,
problem is within, and you guys are just bad at spending your money. Like you're
yeah.
managing your
I think it's
money.
that one.
Like there's got to be something, like I don't know.
I don't. After like Death Stranding and Expedition 33, and like looking at what their budgets were and what their projections were, like I'm like, oh, so it's
Yeah.
possible. Like you can make a
Right.
really good looking game with a pretty decent sized team and be and have like a big name like Kojima attached to it, and still not need 14 million units sold to break a profit. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
know it's possible, so I know it's not an economy thing. I know we like to blame the economy a lot and stuff like that. And yes, parts of that is a part of this, but like ultimately, I agree with you. It's absolutely an inability to like properly plan and budget, and like that's a
Yeah.
corpo problem, not an economy
Yeah.
problem.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, yeah. We were gonna get a Star Wars Outlaws sequel. That ain't happening anymore. They actually got to work on a
Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws sequel immediately after finishing the first one, and that game was very quickly canceled after the reception of the first game. So,
Well,
there that is. Yeah, yeah. Hope you didn't. Hope you
and
hated all those characters. You're never gonna see them again. So
never,
let's talk
yeah,
about
we're never ever gonna see them.
let's talk about something a little nicer. I think that was a big roll of bad crap. But let's maybe talk about that Mortal Kombat 2 trailer for a second. What did you think about that
Looks
trailer, Dan?
very looks very Mortal Kombat-y. There
Yeah,
was even
yeah.
the little like there was even the teaser before the teaser, the
The day
old
before, yeah.
Johnny Cade, yeah,
Oh yeah,
where it's like very spoofy and feels very like 80s action movie.
Yeah.
and like just the way it's like shot and like looks and everything. Um, yeah, I just think it looks fun. It looks like
Yeah.
it's upping the ante of like that first one, which I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
amazing, but I,
I
I
will I
thought it
will
was
say
very
that I
solid.
think we loved it a lot because we were all in the middle of COVID. Because like if you go back and watch that movie,
Sure. Yeah.
it's kind of not great, but like it was fun, and there was good parts,
Yeah, it's
but
fun.
like you
It's
spend
Mortal
most of that
Kombat.
movie.
It's not that serious.
Right, yeah, but you spend most of that movie
Yeah.
going, "Why are we following this main character? I don't care about his family." Like there's a
Right.
lot of like I spend 90% of that movie going, "Who? Why is this guy in this movie?" Which
And
is why
like,
I was
I'm
so psyched
sorry
he
that
was almost completely absent in the trailer. I think you see him for like a second and he doesn't have a speaking line. And
and
I'm
it's
like,
like this
this is what I'm talking
motherfucker, like,
about.
I'm sorry, he's not beating Goro. He's not beating Goro. Like, it's just
There's
not
no
gonna
way he's
happen.
beating
Like,
Goro. Yeah,
no,
absolutely not. And
no.
like
Get
the
out of here.
power of Tonfas is stupid. Sorry, I don't know. Not cool to me. I think Tonfas are a dumb weapon, and I think
Um,
you're dumb for using them. So
I do wonder, Kyle, because clearly they
yeah,
seem to be focusing on Johnny Cage in this one.
yeah.
Like, and I don't know if that's just kind of like the way they're advertising it to be like, hey,
I
the
don't
second
either.
one's
I don't
coming
know if
out and
that was
Johnny
just for this
Cage.
trailer or if they're trying to convey that he's like the lead now. I think it's that one.
Yeah.
I think he makes for
I
a good
wonder if they're
lead.
killing off that character.
I think they are. Yeah, I think they kill him off or something like
Yeah.
that. Which so
Yeah.
rude to that actor, by the way. Like he kind of sucks, but like, imagine like being like, "We want you back. We're killing you off and handing your franchise over to somebody else." You're probably like, "Oh God, people don't like me."
Oh. Wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's never been a very good actor to me. Louis Tan, I think his name is. I don't mean to shit on the guy. He's probably super nice,
Yeah.
but like he doesn't do it for me as an actor, and definitely doesn't do it for me as a lead in a movie. So
No.
yeah, you know who can lead a movie? Carl fucking Urban. That's who can.
Sure.
That guy can lead a
Which
movie.
I still say he would have made a perfect Kano. He would have been a fantastic Kano.
Mm,
But great Johnny Cage. I'm liking the vibes of the Johnny Cage as well. I think
yeah,
it definitely works.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean,
I like
isn't he
who they got as
Australian?
Kano way too much. No, he's from New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, not
Yeah,
to sound like that person, but it's like it's close enough where like also Kano
sure,
is,
sure, yeah. I like the guy they
yeah,
got to
yeah.
play Kano so much I can't see anybody else playing
Yeah,
as
no, he's
him.
good too. He's definitely very good for the role.
Glad he's
I
back.
think like
Seems
he
like
would have
everybody's
worked.
back.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody's back. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
a
we're
good
getting
trailer.
some new characters, and
They
everyone's pissed about
promise.
Jade being a black bald woman
I know
because
who
that's
cares.
woke and blah blah blah.
Oh, it's the
Um,
girl from that new Naughty Dog game, and we hate her because Naughty Dog's woke or
oh yeah, it
whatever.
is, isn't
So
it? Yeah,
yeah, it's the
yeah,
girl
it's true.
from Last
Man,
of Us, and Last of Us season 2 was woke. Or I don't know. I can't keep up with it all, but
Kyle, it's
uh,
almost like black women have never been into having shaved heads. It's never
I
been a
don't.
thing. This is the first time ever.
I don't know if you knew
The
this or
first
not,
time.
but people existing, Dan, is a political statement. People just merely existing. So I
Right,
don't.
right, right.
Sorry, I don't mean to break
Um,
it to you.
but
No,
big boy
silly.
Shao Kahn is showing up, right? Shao
Yeah,
Kahn is
silly
is
stuff
here.
aside, you get a lot of real cool character reveals. Shao Kahn, I mean, they're leaning into
Yep,
like everybody in costume and stuff like that.
yep,
they're
yep,
not
yep.
shying away, from like the vibes of Mortal Kombat. So,
Yeah,
I hope it's good. Yeah, I hope it's good. And they promised us the tournament, so we're gonna get the tournament. I just hope it's
finally,
great.
yes.
All I want is
Yeah,
just some really good uh, you know, well shot choreography. They got a new director. I think it's gonna be a better movie. I like the last guy was
yeah,
like a nobody, who I'm glad he was there to get the movie off the ground. But like, now we got like
right.
somebody else in there and maybe a new script writer. So just give me something more than
Yeah, just give me
Louis
some good
Tan going, my
fighting, give me some
family. I got
gore.
yeah, yeah, right.
My family.
My
Give me some
family.
gore. They even in the trailer, Scorpion saying "Get over here!" Like, I mean, you're getting that.
Yeah,
Like, you're getting
yeah.
like
It is
what you think
crazy
of Mortal.
that we have that guy from Shogun who's like just won a bunch of awards for being the best actor, and he's like, "I'm coming back
Sure,
for Mortal Kombat." Yeah, like
but I mean,
what a get!
Scorpion, right? I mean, so it's
Yeah,
like
sure, sure.
he's
Yeah, what a
he's
get
playing one
though.
of the more badass characters in the franchise. So
He is. Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty
Um,
cool. I like the one above. I like the story above this Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Bullet point here, Kyle.
I do like this one. Yeah,
The
Infamous director says he would love to revisit the series. But I guess they're busy with Yote, and they were even talking about that he
yeah,
would even like it just to be a remaster or a collection or something like that, you know, all three in one package or
Yeah.
something like that. So yeah, he didn't really even mean like I think he's talking about a new entry, but he just wants more exposure to this franchise. And I gotta be honest, I think you and I have waxed poetic about the first couple games,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
the third game also, but like I love those first two games. They're two of my
Yeah.
favorite open world games ever. They're two of the best superhero games out there. They're so awesome. I
Yeah.
really wish that they would make some kind of comeback because I think that they would do really well in today's market. So
Yeah. And I've said before, I think there's like a good way to throw it because I mean the whole thing with these games is like you playing the two different paths where you're like lean good guy or bad guy. I think you
yeah,
could take the two leads that they've created and somehow you could intertwine it in a way where then they come
yeah,
face to face. So I think that could
I
be a
agree.
thing.
Yeah,
I think that would be a nice way to kind of like come back to it, but still incorporating what's been there, in there from the beginning. So
yeah,
I think that would be pretty
yeah.
rad.
I really like this franchise. I wish it made some kind of comeback. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, maybe there is a world where a studio remasters those two other games and makes them
Yeah.
60 frames and 4Ks, and then we get a
That would
package
be
of them. That'd
awesome.
be pretty cool. I like the third
I
game
haven't
too. It
played
was a
them since
technical.
they came out.
Me too. I played them all at launch and never played them since. But that third one was even good. Just like a technical, great PS.
Oh
What was it?
yeah.
PS3 game or PS4? PS4, right?
PS4. Yeah,
PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, because the other two were PS3, and I like just a technical powerhouse. Like the particle effects in that game were really next level. So remember that being like the first
Yeah.
like truly next gen game of that generation. Like, oh, this looks okay. I can see where all the
Yeah.
powers are going into. I guess the final thing here, and then we'll just touch base on a couple things that we're playing here. The final news story From Software reportedly has another unannounced game that could release next year. Yeah, I believe it. Those guys are
Oh.
busy, right? They're
Yeah.
always doing
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
you know.
They seem like they've
I
definitely have gotten bigger, obviously. I mean, they've been making tons
Yeah,
of money because of a certain franchise. Um
yeah.
so yeah, I mean, good for them. Expanding.
I wonder what. I don't know. I doubt it's Elden Ring too. Like I think it'll be. I mean, Dark Souls again. I don't know, or maybe it's a brand new IP. But yeah, I think anything that they do,
Yeah.
people will probably pick up. I think that they've
Could just be
gotten a
another
lot
side
of.
thing like Night Rain.
Could be another side thing, yeah, another little project. Which again, like that game didn't review very well, but like I think it's a big hit with people. Like, and what I mean, it
Right.
didn't review very well. I
Right.
mean, like sevens. And we like sevens here, but like it
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
nines. It's one of those things that like other games that would get like a seven or whatever might get ignored. But I think people were in on
Sure.
just the name alone. I think people have really liked what this game is doing, and it's doing something more
Yeah.
unique than some other things, and it's a budget game too. I think that helps. So I've just heard a lot
Yeah.
of my a lot of my buddies play it. Like, it's a big hit with a lot of my friends, and they're like, "You should play it." I'm like, "I would just slow you guys down, but you don't need me on your team."
People like their
So
Souls games. People like their
yeah,
Souls
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. Especially the more co-op, the better. So. But yeah, let's finish everything up with our some quick hits. Have you been playing anything else that's not called Donkey Kong? Anything else that you've been playing that's older or that you spent some time with?
Just still dabbling with Fantasian. Because I
Nice.
played enough of Donkey Kong where I could speak to it. So but I didn't want to like dive too much into it because not this coming week, but the week after, Renee and I have off.
hmm
And we decided to do an impromptu trip to that Airbnb that we went to for her birthday.
Oh, with
The one that
with like
had
the
that like
theater room, right?
projection screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I want to play a
Cool.
bunch of Donkey Kong on that because that's gonna be sick. Uh,
Yeah.
and
Heck yeah.
I'm probably gonna pick up Death Stranding 2 before we leave because I want to play that on the big projection screen also.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be yeah
Yeah.
that's gonna be sick.
We'll
So
talk a little
yeah,
more
I've
Death
been
Stranding
mainly
here in a
just
second. But yeah.
just mainly the Donkey Kong. Dude, Fantasian is it's a hard game.
Is it getting
Like
tough?
for a
Yeah.
lot
Oh,
of
the
it,
difficulty spike?
yeah, like you get to a certain point in the game and it kind of like expects you to like you do have to do side quests because I felt like I did a lot of side quests. I was like, all right, let me hop back on the main story. And I went into like a boss fight and I got my ass whooped. And I was like, all right, I mean, I guess I'll go back and like do some other stuff. And yeah, the boss fight, like I mentioned before, the boss fights can be kind of like gimmicky. They like I get what they're going for, and it's like you do kind of have to like figure it out and kind of think about it and use all your abilities at your disposal, but they can be kind of like bullshitty sometimes. But like it's
Hmm.
still like a really fun and unique game. Like I still very much enjoy it. I think the story is interesting, and again, the concept of it with the dioramas is interesting. But yeah, there's sometimes where I'm like, God damn it, Sakaguchi, Jesus, this thing is tough.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, it's yeah, I'm still enjoying that. I'll probably still be playing that into next week, and also when we go on our trips, I'll play that on the big projection screen too. But yeah,
Hmm.
it feels like a very like comfort food RPG, like from the father of Final Fantasy. It takes itself seriously, um, but obviously then there's moments of levity. But yeah, it's a serious game where serious stuff's happening and bad guys are trying to destroy universes and so on and so forth. So
As
uh,
one does, you know.
right, as one does.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I do think it's cool, and it does it does dip into the a little bit of a spoiler. It does dip into a little bit of the multiverse type stuff, but
Okay. Yeah.
I think it does it pretty well. Where it's just kind of like this exists, but like it's not kind of like going off the rails. It's just like these
Okay. Yeah.
exist, and like these characters over here that are doing the stuff that we're trying to stop like come from here and there, and then like you get like the kind of like I mentioned how like then there's like the still images and there's like a narrator kind of like telling you some background of like certain things, so like which I really liked the background of those side characters from that other place. um like it was actually really interesting, and like listening to like how like what their whole shtick was and like why they're now doing what they're doing. But yeah, it just doesn't go off the rails with the multiverse thing. It's just like a thing that
Sure.
exists. Like it's just that's what's part of the story in the world. But
Cool.
because I know people get very like, oh, multiverse, like I'm out, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Sure.
all right, everything's fine.
You're gonna be
But yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, you'll be
I like a
okay.
good I like a good multiverse story. To be honest, I'm
Yeah,
there for that type of stuff.
yeah, I
Timey
like
wimey
that
stuff,
stuff.
anything like that. Yeah, I like high concept weird stuff in my RPGs. So, and that's I feel like that is like at home in a JRPG, especially one like a throwback one
Oh, for sure.
like what you're describing here. Like, yeah, it seems like
Yeah,
that's very of the nature of that series or franchise. I'm sorry, genre. Excuse me.
yeah. And then the only things that I've watched, so I actually, this is like even before my whole freaking panic attack. I rewatched Collateral. That movie is awesome, dude.
Oh, with
With Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise and Jamie
and
Foxx.
Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx. Yeah, that
fantastic
movie's
movie.
sick,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Sick movie. I hadn't seen it in a long time, so and I've just kind of been in that mood of watching some older movies.
You don't get
Not
a
that
lot of
it's like
Tom Cruise
super
as the
old, but
bad guy often. Like that's a
right.
real
And he
unique,
rocks the he
role
rocks
for
the
him.
Silver Fox look pretty well,
Yeah.
or at
Oh
least in that
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. For a movie
Um,
that takes mostly like place like in a taxi cab, like it's riveting. Like it's
yeah,
riveting. Like it's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it's just shot really, it like has a gritty look to it. Like
Yeah.
it's a really cool movie. Mickey 17. That movie was pretty fun.
I like that
Pr-
movie a lot. Yeah.
pretty fucked up, but like
Bong
it was
Joon
fun.
Ho, what a great director. Yeah.
That one was really fun. I liked that one. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning 1, Part 1, cuz
Oh, what'd you think of that
I know
one?
we're coming to an end. That
Yeah.
one it was fun. It was just
I
dude,
liked
it's just like
the train sequence at
popcorn
the end was
actiony.
absolutely excellent. I thought
Oh
that
yeah.
whole set piece was like so uncharted and so awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah,
like you're on the
yeah,
edge of your seat, like it's gonna be fine, but like you're still like, oh shit, like, but like
yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
like, like,
And it looked good. Like they
but
did a
yeah,
lot of that practically. Like they like there's obviously some
yeah,
stuff they had a CGI, but like a lot of that
of
shot was like
course,
practical. And I'm like, how did they do that? They really throw Tom Cruise off a
dude.
cliff
Tom
on a
Cruise
train?
does. He's a lunatic. Tom Cruise is a
He's a lunatic.
lunatic.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah,
lunatic.
he's an
Yeah.
absolute lunatic. And then the other day, last one, I another old movie I hadn't seen in a very long time, and I was like, I want to watch this Stargate.
Oh, I watched that for the very first time earlier this year. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you?
The only
Fun
Roland Emmerich
movie. It's
movie I think I've
fun.
ever liked. Yeah. I liked it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought it was fun.
yeah, it was fun.
Uh, I get why it
And I
spawned
forgot
off a whole
Spader.
universe. You
I
forgot
forgot
what?
Spader was in it.
Spader's
James
great in
Spader
that.
is
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't even like that wasn't even in my brain because I always just
Oh,
for
yeah.
some reason maybe because of The Office I think of old Spader, like
Oh,
more
okay.
current
Sure.
Spader. So like in my
Yeah.
head I just didn't like bridged the gap there. And I was like, oh shit, that's James Spader. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
fun.
also apparently he didn't want to be in the movie, Kyle. He literally he
That doesn't
thought the
surprise me.
script was nonsense, the movie was nonsense, but like he just stayed on for the money. And like
Yeah,
Kurt Russell like talked him off a ledge or something, and
that
like
seems that
was
all
like, hey
seems
man,
right.
like, we're here to do a job and we're gonna do the thing. And like he doesn't phone it in. Like Spader does not phone it in that movie, but
No,
apparently he thought it was just nonsense.
Spader and Russell are great leads in that movie. It's a fun movie.
Yeah,
I do like that movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just thought it was funny that he was just like, this is nonsense. Like,
yeah, yeah. Anything
but
else?
yeah, that's
Those
all
are the
I
stuff
got.
you've been watching. Well, the only stuff I've been playing, I did beat Death Stranding 2, and there's no way I could talk about this game without like spoiling anything, so I just won't. I will just say that the last 4, maybe 5 hours are the most unhinged, unfiltered, uncensored Kojima stuff like I've never knew he could come up with,
More
or
than Death
like
Stranding 1.
Death Stranding 1 seems like a coherent, like like child's like piece of art, like, oh, look at my stick figures. This is way not like I've never seen anything like any of the stuff that's going on in the last 4 or 5 hours of the game. In a way
Sure.
where like I'm like I don't even know what I'm watching. I know I love it. I know that it's like it's we. I don't know. There's no. I can't even use keywords because it'll just like ruin kind of the stuff that's going on at the end. There is the greatest weapon I've ever used in a video game at the end of this game. It's the greatest weapon I've ever used in any video game ever, and you can't even guess what it is. It's
I think I could
perfect. The
guess.
game was insane. It's I don't know. I'm just completely. I wish someone would beat it so I could actually like to speak about it like in a way that like where
Don't
someone would be
worry,
like,
Kyle. I'll get there.
I know what you're
I'll get
saying
there.
right now. Because like even if I try to describe it, like y'all would have no frame of reference for anything. It's just pure wackiness, and I can't believe nobody said like you can't do that. I can't believe nobody
Nobody
told
tried to
Kojima
stop
no.
him.
Yeah, no one tried to stop him. It's just so crazy to me.
That's when he does his
And
best stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah. And like, it's just so wacky. And it's weirdly enough, this game has like an 80% like retention rate. So like everyone who's beating the game is like sticking around and just playing it more. So like all of the people
Ooh.
who like were like, oh, I don't like delivering stuff. Apparently you do, because y'all are all doing it. Everyone's delivering stuff well after the credits. So Kojima likens it to the state of the world, and people just want to make connections with somebody, but they can't do it in real life right now. So they're
Sure.
playing their game. I go, all right, maybe, buddy. All right, maybe, but all right, come on, But
Like, well,
he's riding. He's riding the wave right now of being a popular thing, and I'm happy for him. But yeah, I've never experienced anything like that game. It was, I'm telling you, those last 4 or 5 hours, I was just like looking at my TV, like, how could anyone think of this? Like, it's just so crazy to me.
Well,
And the only
sorry,
other
I had to
game I've
step
been
away for a quick second. Kyle, I wanted to ask you, better than
oh
the
yeah.
first game, or is it too close to make that call yet?
Oh gosh, that's a really good question. I think that the first game had a lot more to prove. So like I might with some time apart, like I may think of that game like as a more like hit, because like this game just did all that stuff again and just went crazier with the story. So like and that's not a negative, it's just me being observational of what the game is. The first
Right.
game, like you had to convince everybody that they wanted to walk in a straight line above mountains and yada yada. And like that's a hard sell, you know what I mean? The second game just
right.
kind of got to do that again. And just add some quality of life stuff, and then just go like all of the ideas went into the story,
With
and
some real crowd pleaser moments that Kojima hated that he had in there.
yeah,
Like, oh,
right, right.
Sure.
Then
this
again,
is
apparently
Sure.
he took a lot of things. I would love to know what the like the popular
Yeah,
version of
I'm
this game was.
curious. Yeah, I'm
Like,
very
what was it?
curious.
the
But yeah,
popular
I don't.
cut.
Yeah, I will say the last like 5 to 6 hours of this game is like my favorite thing to ever happen. But like I think that the first game had a way more uphill battle trying to like again make its way into people's like hearts and stuff like that. So like I think time will be kinder to the first game, in my opinion. But I think like this one's being received better, so I think maybe culturally, maybe this game will end up being the favorite of the two.
Yeah.
which you would never hear me argue against. I think it's a fantastic game. I think parts of trying to explain what it is, like when I catch myself thinking about it, it is a safe sequel. And safe isn't exactly what I think of when I think of a Kojima game. And again, that's
Sure.
not that's not a criticism. It's just like, he made a sequel to a game and there wasn't a lot of like extra. He didn't really have to like reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Like Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 1 feel like completely different games. Like they're the same bones and stuff like that there, but like there's a lot of new stuff going on there. And like this doesn't have a lot of that, And even 3 compared to 2, just like he added so much, So that's kind of how I think of it. But like I think the last part of this game, if you really want to see somebody just let Kojima be Kojima for an documented amount of time or whatever, like you're gonna be in for a treat at the end of this game. So yeah, that's all the stuff I've been playing. But Tim, what have you been playing? Anything outside
Mostly
of Donkey
the two
Kong?
that we discussed at the top of the show with DK and Eriksholm. I did put a little more time into Batman Arkham Asylum though, and that game holds up and is incredible.
Nice.
Still super fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Yeah. It helps when you've got the amazing Mark Hamill as Joker just giving 200% into that role. Like unbelievable. So good. So yeah.
And Conroy,
Good old Conroy delivering with that stoic, like nothing phases him Batman performance.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great Batman. He'll always be Batman to me. Yeah, he'll always be Batman to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot how big Arkham Asylum that game is. There's a lot to explore, a lot of places to go.
Yeah.
It's more open than I remembered it being. Like I always thought of it as a pretty linear Metroidvania, but like it's several areas that are pretty open where it's like not that you can approach it from like 5 different angles. Typically you kind of have to find the one path to get to the next area usually. But there's still a lot of options and places you can explore and the trophies to find and roofs you can zip line up to and stuff. So
I remember it feeling like a very dense game. Dense map.
Yeah, very dense. Yeah, but very, very simple too. Like everything about it's very simple. Like when you scan for enemies, then there's like 2 ways to knock them out. Like it's pretty simple. Like it does feel dated in some of those ways, but it was groundbreaking and it's still super fun. So yeah, that's the main one that I'm playing, other than the other 2 that we mentioned at the top of the show. So
yeah.
But thanks for covering while I had to step away to take a unexpected call there. But hey, that's what happens when you're gone for this long. You have some things to catch up on. So
there's things in the queue.
Right.
Yeah.
Things in the queue. But is that everything? Is anything else you guys both shared what you're playing and watching?
Yeah. We covered all
cool.
the things.
Well, then we can wrap it up and get out of here. I know it's getting late for you East Coasters especially, but listen, thank you all for listening, for watching, for participating with us. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next week. I have no idea what's coming out this week. Probably more of the same games we've been playing. We'll talk about those again.
One of the ninja games I know are coming out this week.
There's a ninja game coming.
There's Shinobi or the Ninja Gaiden. There's no way to know.
Yeah.
There's
no way to know. The week after that is Mafia week, so that's not for 2 more episodes when we get to some Mafia talk. So
okay, I'm telling you, I'm sorry to our Italian listeners. There's going to be a lot of us, maybe doing a little of this, So
a little bit of gabagool, some of the
gabagool. A lot of that.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Hey, say hello to your mother for me.
Perfect ending. That's what we're gonna wrap on.